Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to present about cost data. Cost data means factual information concerning the cost of labor, material, overhead and other cost elements which are expected to be incurred or which have been actually incurred by the contractor in performing the contract. In this industry, the cost data needed differs in their use in the initial stage to reflect the likely cost to the client of the proposal project. Cost data is also required at different design and construction stages. At the initial stage of the design process, the cost data is often closely connected to the functions and nature of the building. To get a reliable estimate, a systematic and adequate cost data is used. The calculation may be incorrect due to insufficient cost data, resulting in negative consequences. Generally, QS consultants, Institution of Surveyors Malaysia, the Public Work Department, the Statistic Department, and the Construction Industry Development Board have ample cost data, which are kept systematically. For our chosen cost database, we are required to collect and compile database of construction cost for residential building per meter square GFA and selling price for affordable housing. Cost data structure. For cost data, the construction industry has adopted a hierarchical structure as listed in the figure 2.1, includes the basic cost of materials, transportation, wastage, storage, etc. for concrete and column. According to Ahmad 2011, this structure consists of 8 analytical levels using the total cost of lowest detail level. Depending on the work phases, the cost data structure required differs from identifying the core cost components until a tender is obtained. That's all from me.
Good afternoon to Madam Komalasari. I am Elva Marangkil from AP224-4B. Today, I would like to present Chapter 2, Component of Cost. For component of cost, I will talk about these 5 components. Firstly, plant and equipment cost. It is to purchase, hire or to hire purchase a required plant. The plant utilized must benefit the contractor and not otherwise. Next is material cost. Material cost includes basic costs of material, transportation, unloading and storing, and wastage. Next is labor cost. Labor cost will include basic wage, insurance, overtime, bonus, allowance, contributions, health benefits, transportation, and others. After that, overhead costs. It is a firm must be able to bear its overhead costs and make sufficient profit to enable it to function well and maintain its position. Lastly, profit. Profit will vary according to the types of construction, risk and duration of the construction. The higher the risk, the more the profit needed. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is O'Brien. So today I would like to talk about purpose of cost data. So the factor that influence cost will be first reviewed before the purpose of cost data are elaborated. This includes a difference in the general market price level due to different tender dates, especially shown in the changes of labor and material costs. Differences in the contractor price level against the market price level. Cost data is necessary to forecast and control construction activity. This is critical data used to establish whether the estimate is reasonable or not. So, these are the main purpose of having cost data. First, control contractor operation, especially in the interim payment and final account procedure. Second, estimate cost of the proposed project and control a design to ensure figures produced are comparable to or close to the tender estimate. Third one is to balance the cost in the estimate to ensure money is spent based on the client preference. The fourth one is to discuss the schedule of rate with the contractor for cost reconciliation and to speed up tender submission. So next is usage of cost data. As you can see here, to optimize the revenue of each money spent in the project, a dependable cost forecasting system is needed. So cost data help you to calculate resources costs such as personnel, material and equipment related to the implementation of project, product, service or other activity. This Knowledge helps managers to analyze different ways to construct and manufacturing to reduce cost, boost profile, or both. Next is the usage of cost data. So, usage of cost data first is setting selling price. The traditional method for determining selling price starts with a cost and the edge of a certain proportion. If you don't know exactly how much a product costs in terms of pricing, you can be as strategic and competitive as you need, while selling price are calculating on the basis of certain criteria and are not decided by manager. Manager need to compare selling price with product cost and other costs acceptable to each selling location. The second one is measuring gross margin. In the end, customer performance and management are measured through the profit statistic. The benefit percentage depend on the gross margin as you deduct the value of goods sold. The first benefit is sales margin in income statement. When the operating profit is wrong, the net income from the bottom line is false. The price is depend on the good quality of product. Next is make optimal choices. When making business decision, you always have to choose one option over another. The correct alternative depends heavily on cost factor and care must be taken to distinguish important costs from trivial costs. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Good afternoon, madam. My name is Ron, and today I'm going to explain about the sources of data. In construction industry, the word cost usually refer to the amount of money to be paid to obtain goods and services. Cost data is a very important element to estimate the total cost of project in early stages. Cost data also used to help set prices, measure profit margins, value assets, and make decisions. There are a few sources of data that we can get from. The first one is from information services such as RISM, who creates and provide the ECA. ECA consists of three forms, that is Form 1, Form 2, and Form 3. Form 1 contains the information of the overall project and the information of analyzed building. Form 2 contains the summary of the cost of the elements. Form 3 refers to the brief spec of the project. And the second sources of data is from tender or contract document and BQ. A tender is a submission made by contractor in response to invitation to tender. A tender or contract document contain BQ, and no doubt that tender and BQ is the main sources of data for QS. The BQ provide detailed quantity of an element with description and also rate. The third one is technical data. Most of the cost information of data obtained by QS also from journal, magazines, and other material related to construction industry. RISM has published magazine called The Malaysian Surveyor, which contain many cost information. This is one of the example of the Malaysian Surveyor magazines. And the fourth one is from Schedule of Rates. Schedule of Rates is a document which has the details of prices or rates of skilled labor, unskilled labor, transportation, material rates, and conveyance rates. And last but not least, cost information from Department of Statistic Malaysia. DSM provide cost index for civil engineering work, which is Special Release 1, and building and structure work, Special Release 2. This is the example of changes of cost index from Special Release 2.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Zaro Irfan from LPD24B. Today I will be presenting about our chapter 3 methodology. So the first one is collecting, analysis, publishing, and retrieving cost and the price information. So a quantity surveyor must do an affair where from of the prices related to venture as detailed as conceivable in stage by stage requires implementing the value information. So the first stage is quantity surveyor will consult the client and therefore the architect or design team within the initiative of the construction estimation process. So this phase usually involves a first meeting with both parties to discuss the project, to seek out the client's wishes and expectation, and to start work on the project. So the second stage is the estimation process, is where quantity surveyor for construction start digging into the project's nuts and bolts, both literally and figuratively. So this is usually the depth cost estimate for the project. Lastly, quantity surveyor must be ready to assess the suitability of an appropriate pricing document and or method of measurement for this quantity. Therefore, they have to be able to calculate transaction work items, compile unit prices, and therefore the final cost estimate report that's delivered to the client and project management team of the project. So that's all for me. Thank you.
So, my name is Batin Sanat Chilangkan. So, I will explain to you about the cost database. The cost database that we made are construction cost for resignation and the selling price for affordable housing. I will explain only one because the both database functions are the same. So, how we get the data? So, we get the data from the Acadis publication every year from 2016 until 2019. So we get the average cost for each 2016 until 2018 because the year and month base are July 2016, and for the 2019 the month and year for the base as the base is to July 2019. So we transfer the data into the July 2016 and July 2019 for each type of residential according to the region. And then after the transfer of the data, then we can generate the graph. We can generate the graph with the slicer here, whether we can see from the region that is on 2017 for the three type of residential, or only one type by disable this. So try it yourself and the best. Thank you.